To make the mask, you need pins. You need 3 pieces of fabric. One piece is 9 by 7 inches, and 2 pieces are 4.5 by 9 inches. I have cut out the sizes on the paper. You need a fabric marker to mark the fabric to exact size, a pair of scissors, an iron, 4 ties that are 17 inches long, and a sewing machine. So I have a pre-cut fabric here. I'll take the 2 pieces of fabric that are 4.5 by 9 inches and fold one of the long sides about ½ inch for both of the fabrics, and I'll iron it to hold it down firmly before sewing. The ironing holds the fabric and makes the sewing easier. So I've finished ironing and I'm gonna stitch this part and also that part. I have stitched these using a straight stitch, and this same way I will now place the bigger fabric, 9 by 7 inches fabric, right side up, and arrange the smaller fabrics wrong side on each side of the bigger fabric like this. Now, and I'm gonna stitch this sides, and now I'm going to the sewing machine. Oh, this thread came out, so I'll just put it back here and I have done the stitching, and when I put it right side up, it looks like this. I like to iron it as I think that the work appears neater this way, and I find it easy. Now I'll fold this and I'll secure the 4 ties in each corner like this and pin them. I'll place the written part of the ties upwards so that it's not very apparent when it is tied. I'll do the same thing on this corner. The pins make it easy to sew as everything is secured, and I have noticed that it also reduces sewing errors, and I do not have to unhem and stitch again when I use pins. I'll tuck the loose ends of the ties inside so that they do not come in the way when I sew the 2 sides. So this is my last pin. So overall I have put 6 pins here. Now I'm going to sew these sides, only these 2 sides, this one and this one, where I have pinned the ties. Just a little reverse stitching to make it more secure. All the ties. Okay, and now I'm going to stitch the other side. I have done the stitching. I'll remove the pins now. And I'm going to turn it around and kind of pull the ties a little bit from each side. And this is the pocket that I have left unstitched, and I will iron it to make it more even and easy to pleat, because now we are gonna put the pleats here. So I have found that if you iron it properly, it is easy to pleat the mask. You can see the plain side of the ties that's facing you, and the written part stays hidden. Now I'm going to make pleats by gathering and folding the fabric upwards and inserting pins to keep it in place. I think 2 pleats are quite sufficient. Most of the masks have 2 pleats, and I'm going to do the same thing for the second pleat. Gather and fold the fabric upwards and then pin it. Now stitch this side and this side to secure the pleats. I like to use a zigzag stitch to make it more secure. I'll just double stitch as reverse stitch as well. And the other side now, same way. I'll cut out the threads to make it look neater. Now I'll remove the pins. All the pins, we don't need them anymore. The mask is ready. This is the pocket. You can place a coffee filter or a folded kitchen paper towel, as both are good filters. Sometimes people complain that their glasses become foggy from wearing mask. If you apply a tissue on your nose prior to wearing a mask, it should work. So here's the mask, and that's how it looks.